have you ever stopped to think about the power your mind has to transform your life? What if I told you that, with the right knowledge, you can literally create a reality of abundance and prosperity around you by simply adjusting the way you think and feel? It sounds incredible, but that's exactly what modern science and ancient spiritual teachings are showing us. What you're about to learn is not just theory. This is knowledge you can apply immediately so you can start manifesting real changes in your life. Imagine attracting more opportunities, improving your finances, living with better health and balance. All because you've understood a powerful secret about how the universe works and, more importantly, how you can use your mind to influence it. For centuries, we believed the universe was something separate from us, a machine that followed rigid, unchangeable laws. But discoveries in quantum physics have revealed a very different reality. The universe is connected to our consciousness, and what you think, feel, and believe can change your life experience. Your mind has the ability to shape the world around you. And although the idea that the mind creates reality might seem new, it's been taught for centuries. Ancient spiritual teachings said something similar. The second Hermetic law, for example, teaches us, as above, so below. And the words of Jesus, on earth as it is in heaven, suggest that what happens inside you is reflected in what happens outside. In other words, your outer world is a reflection of your inner state. So with that idea in mind, let me ask you a question. If the universe truly reflects what you think and feel, what would you like to change in your life right now? Learn now how science and spirituality come together to reveal that you have the power to create the reality you desire, and more importantly, how you can start using that knowledge today. Now that you understand that your mind plays a key role in creating your reality, let's dive deeper into how this actually happens. The key to unlocking this power lies in quantum physics, the science that has shown us the universe isn't as solid and fixed as we once thought. Imagine the universe as a constantly moving energy, where everything that exists, objects, people, circumstances, is made up of vibrating particles. These particles behave in a very special way when they're being observed, and this is the critical point. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists discovered something astonishing. When particles aren't being observed, they behave like waves, as if they have infinite possibilities. But the moment an observer focuses on them, they lock in to a specific spot, behaving like solid particles. What does this teach us? That the simple act of observing transforms possibilities into reality. In practical terms, this means that what you focus your attention on is what materializes in your world. Your consciousness, thoughts, and feelings directly influence how the universe organizes itself around you. This is not a new idea. Thousands of years ago, spiritual teachings already spoke about this connection between what you think and what happens in your life. For example, the second Hermetic law teaches us, as above, so below, indicating that everything happening in your inner world is reflected in the external. In other words, your mindset creates your reality. But how can this help you manifest prosperity? Before we go further, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you keep receiving content that will lead you to true transformation. If your mind is constantly focused on scarcity, problems, or limitations, that's exactly what you'll continue to experience. Quantum physics shows us that when you direct your attention to fear or lack, these are the realities you're helping to create. But the reverse is also true. By shifting your focus to abundance, gratitude, and possibilities, the universe responds by bringing more of these things into your life. Let's take a quick pause here for you to reflect. Think about this. Where are you focusing your attention right now? If you've spent a lot of time thinking about financial problems, difficulties, or limitations, your field of consciousness is stuck in these realities. But when you shift that focus to thoughts of prosperity, opportunity, and success, your reality begins to reorganize. You are the observer of your life, and the quality of your reality depends on where you place your attention. Quantum physics gives us scientific proof that the power to create a prosperous life begins with the simple act of adjusting your mindset. Next, learn how to shift your focus to literally mirror what's inside you and turn it into your external reality. To do this, we need to understand how this mirror works, because this is the key to using your mind in favor of the abundant life you desire. This concept is fundamental to manifesting prosperity. Reality works like a mirror. Imagine the universe as a faithful reflection of what you project internally. It doesn't judge, it doesn't decide what's good or bad for you. It simply reflects back what you send out. If your emotions and thoughts are filled with fear, doubt, or scarcity, the universe responds with more of the same. It reflects circumstances that mirror those vibrations, creating challenges and blockages. On the other hand, when you cultivate confidence, gratitude, and an abundance mindset, the reflection changes. What you see in the outer world is a direct reflection of your inner reality. This idea is powerful because it puts the control in your hands. What you're experiencing in the outer world, whether it's success, financial struggles, health, or relationships, is the direct result of the thoughts and emotions you project. The external reality is like a screen where your inner state is projected. Let's think about this practically. Remember those days when everything seems to go wrong? Small problems multiply, and you feel like you're in a streak of bad luck. Usually, this happens when your inner state is out of alignment. You're carrying stress, anxiety, or worries. The universe mirrors that state, creating more situations that reinforce your negative vibration. The same happens in the opposite direction. Have you noticed that when you're feeling good, things seem to flow naturally? The universe responds to that positive state, bringing more situations aligned with that feeling. Now, here's the interesting part. If you change what you're projecting internally, the reflection changes. If the universe is a mirror, it's up to you to adjust how you see yourself and how you feel. This starts with a simple shift in focus. We often get so fixated on what we don't have, what's missing, or what's wrong that we forget to pay attention to what's already working, to what's already positive. And this is exactly where the universe's mirror aligns with your thoughts and emotions. If you focus on what's lacking, you keep attracting lack. But if you start focusing on opportunities, the small blessings, and what's already abundant in your life, the reflection inevitably changes. Here's a simple exercise you can apply right now. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, start identifying small things you're already grateful for. It can be as simple as having good health, a roof over your head, or someone who supports you. As you cultivate this feeling of gratitude, the universe's mirror starts reflecting back more reasons for you to be grateful. But how do you do this consistently? The key is to observe your thoughts. Daily ask yourself, what am I projecting to the universe? When you catch yourself focusing on lack, scarcity, or problems, stop and redirect your attention to what's already positive in your life. This simple act of redirection starts to change the reflection. Remember, the universe isn't good or bad. It's neutral. It only responds to your energy. If you're worried about money, health, or success, and stay stuck in those negative thoughts, the reflection that comes back will be more worries and obstacles. But if you start vibrating at a frequency of trust and gratitude, the reflection will be abundance, flow, and growth. The first step to manifesting prosperity is recognizing that the power to change your reality starts within you. It's not about waiting for the world to change, but about changing what you project in the mirror of the universe. Now think, what have you been reflecting to the universe over the past few days? Your current life is a reflection of that. From now on, start paying closer attention to what you're projecting and how the universe is responding. Once you understand this, you can apply this awareness to specific areas of your life to thrive in all of them, be it in relationships, health, or finances. Want to know how to do this? Let's go. Imagine that all possible versions of your life already exist. Every decision you make, every thought you have, opens a new timeline, a new possibility in the vast field of potentials in the universe. This concept, known as the multiverse, suggests that infinite realities coexist, and with your perception and awareness, you can choose which one you want to experience. Quantum physics reveals that the universe is made up of a web of possibilities, all unfolding from our choices. We're not stuck on a single timeline. Instead, we navigate multiple realities depending on where we focus our attention and energy. Each choice, whether in thoughts, feelings, or actions, creates a new reality. When you concentrate on problems and limitations, you align with a timeline where those difficulties prevail. However, if you choose to focus on opportunities and what is possible, you access a different timeline, one where solutions and prosperity begin to manifest. This leads us to an interesting question. If all these realities exist simultaneously, how can we consciously choose the one we most desire to live? The answer lies in your perception. The reality you perceive as real is, in fact, a matter of focus. It all depends on where you choose to place your attention. Let's simplify this. Think of a moment when you felt stuck, with no apparent progress in life. If at that moment you chose to focus on what was going wrong, you probably felt even more stagnant. But what if, instead, you had chosen to focus on the opportunities still available, on what could be done? That shift in perception would have allowed you to access a reality where progress is possible, a new timeline, so to speak. An interesting example of this dynamic comes from Neville Goddard, a great scholar of the mind and manifestation. He argued that the reality you imagine and feel as true is the one you experience. For Goddard, imagination isn't mere fantasy. It's a powerful tool for shaping the world around you. He believed that by visualizing yourself in a prosperous life, your subconscious mind would start aligning your actions and choices to make that a reality. Similarly, Dr. Joe Dispenza, a renowned researcher in the mind and quantum physics, explores the idea that by changing your state of being, that is, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, you alter the electromagnetic field around you. This field communicates with the universe, attracting back experiences that vibrate at the same frequency. In other words, when you see yourself as prosperous, your vibration changes, and the universe responds to that new frequency. Now, think of the multiverse as a catalog of lives. All possible versions of you already exist. The version that is prosperous, confident, and successful is there, just like the version that faces difficulties and stagnation. The question is, which of these versions do you choose to live? The key to this is conscious choice. By becoming aware of your emotions and thoughts, you gain the power to choose the timeline you want to experience. This doesn't mean ignoring life's problems, but rather choosing not to fixate on them. You can acknowledge a challenge but decide to focus on the solution instead of the problem. That changes everything. Here's a simple practice you can adopt. Throughout your day, observe your thoughts and decisions. When you encounter an obstacle, ask yourself, which timeline do I want to be in? The one that resonates with difficulty or the one that resonates with solutions? By visualizing the version of yourself that has already overcome that challenge, you start to tune into the frequency of that new reality. And by doing this repeatedly, your mind begins to adjust your choices to align with that version of you. Remember, you are always making choices. Every mental decision moves you to a new timeline. When you choose to focus on abundance and the opportunities around you, you literally start to change your reality. It may seem simple, but the consistent practice of adjusting your thoughts and emotions is what leads to profound transformations. You may have noticed that life often feels like a cycle of repetitions, where the same challenges come back from time to time. Often, we feel trapped in unwanted realities, unable to change what bothers us. But this happens because limiting beliefs and repetitive thought patterns act like invisible barriers, blocking the flow of energy and opportunities that are within our reach. The good news is that you have the power to change this reality. The multiverse offers infinite options, and your awareness is the key to accessing these alternative realities. If you feel stuck in a timeline you don't like, know that with a simple shift in perception, you can choose another. Now, let's expand on this idea a bit more. As we deepen our understanding of the multiverse, it becomes clear that the universe isn't confined to our linear perception of time. In fact, time is more a construct of our minds than a universal truth. The fourth dimension presents us with a field of possibilities where all realities coexist simultaneously. Imagine a vast ocean of options, where every choice we make not only influences our present, but also alters our future experience. Quantum physics suggests something fascinating. Just as particles can exist in overlapping states until observed, our decisions also manifest different realities, depending on how we choose to perceive the world. In other words, by focusing on certain possibilities, we access different versions of our lives. If we choose to believe in our potential, we start to see opportunities that were previously hidden under the shadow of doubt and fear. This vast quantum field acts as a reservoir of all possible choices and outcomes. Think of it as a road full of forks, where every decision creates a new path. All these paths coexist, and you can choose which one to follow. A good example of this is interactive books, where the reader can choose different actions for the characters, changing the course of the story with each choice. Life works the same way. With every thought, every decision, you're writing a new page in your story. To navigate this field of infinite possibilities, the key lies in the mind and, more specifically, in how you tune your emotions and thoughts to the reality you wish to manifest. If we think of our thoughts and emotions as musical instruments, we could say that by harmonizing them with our intentions, we create a symphony that resonates with the realities we want to live. When you change your internal state, whether through your emotions, thoughts, or beliefs, you're literally changing how you connect with that vast ocean of options. Think of the mind as a radio where you can tune into different frequencies. The frequency you choose will determine the music you hear. Similarly, by aligning your consciousness with your desires, you begin to open the doors to realities that once seemed unattainable. Now, you might wonder, if all these possibilities exist, why do we often feel trapped in realities we don't want? The answer lies in our mental and emotional state. Often, our limiting beliefs and old thought patterns prevent us from accessing the options we truly desire. These beliefs act as barriers, blocking the flow of new opportunities. On the flip side, the practice of self-awareness allows us to identify and transform these beliefs. When you become aware of your patterns, you can begin to change them. Techniques like visualization and gratitude help shift your focus and align your vibration with the realities you want to attract. Moreover, the power of clear intention is an essential tool. By clearly defining what you want, you send clear signals to the universe about the realities you wish to explore. Ultimately, the universe responds to your internal vibration. Your thoughts and feelings not only shape your experience but also resonate in the quantum field, attracting realities that match your frequency. By adjusting your emotions and thoughts to align with your desires, you begin to change the course of your life. Now that we've started to unravel the infinite possibilities that the fourth dimension offers, it's time to ask ourselves, how can we consciously choose the reality we want to experience? This question is fundamental, as it places us in the active role of co-creators of our lives. To embark on this journey, we must recognize that our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs play a crucial role in how we perceive and interact with the universe. Often, we may feel at the mercy of circumstances, but the truth is we have more control than we realize. The first step toward this conscious choice is self-awareness. By becoming more aware of our thought patterns and the emotions we feel, we begin to gain clarity on what we truly want. Think about it. How many times have you caught yourself repeating the same thoughts or behaviors, even knowing they weren't beneficial? This happens because we often operate on autopilot without truly recognizing the choices we're making. By pausing to observe our emotions and thoughts, we can start to discern what serves us and what we need to let go of. Once we gain this awareness, the next step is to set our intentions. Intention is a powerful word that can direct our energy and focus. By deciding what we really want to experience, we start to create a mental map of the realities we wish to manifest. Ask yourself, what is the life I truly want to live? Write down your intentions, visualize them, and feel the emotions associated with them. This isn't just a mental exercise. It's a way to reprogram your subconscious mind so it begins to work in your favor. Here's a key aspect: the difference between intention and desire. Wanting something often comes from a place of lack, while intention is rooted in a sense of completeness. When we express our intentions to the world, we need to do so with the certainty that we deserve these realities. This feeling of deserving is a powerful vibrational energy that attracts the experiences we seek. Another important point is daily practice. Choosing our reality consciously isn't something we do once and forget. It's an ongoing commitment. This can include practices like meditation, where we can calm the mind and connect with our deeper intentions. Meditation also helps clear emotional and mental blockages that may hinder our progress. Additionally, gratitude is a powerful tool in this process. When we express gratitude for what we already have and for what we desire, we raise our vibrational frequency. Gratitude tunes us into the abundance of the universe, and by doing so, we start attracting more things to be grateful for. So, how can we train this ability to choose consciously? A simple practice is visualization. Take time each day to imagine the life you desire. Feel the emotions that this reality brings. This not only reinforces your intentions, but also helps program your mind to recognize and create opportunities that align with that vision. Another crucial aspect is emotional resilience. Throughout life, we will face challenges and setbacks. Learning to see these moments as opportunities for growth is essential. Instead of allowing difficulties to bring us down, we can choose to view them as part of our learning journey. This shift in perspective is key to maintaining our focus on the realities we want to create. Now, to truly realize this conscious choice, we need to take action. Intentions are essential, but action is the fuel that drives our desires. This might mean taking small steps toward what you want, even if they seem insignificant. Each positive action we take nourishes our ability to manifest new realities. As we reflect on all of this, we can see that conscious choice is a dynamic process involving the union of mind, emotion, and action. As we continue this journey, we will delve deeper into how our mental and emotional states shape the reality we experience. The field of infinite possibilities we discussed isn't just out there, waiting to be accessed. It's also in here, in the form of our thoughts and emotions. What we feel and think at every moment is intrinsically connected to what we experience. You may have noticed this in your own life. When you're in a good mood, things seem to flow more easily, but when you're in a bad mood, everything feels off. This isn't coincidence. Our awareness is an incredibly powerful tool. It directs our focus and simultaneously creates filters that shape how we interpret the world. If we look at a situation through a lens of fear or scarcity, that's what we will see. On the other hand, when we approach with trust or curiosity, the possibilities begin to expand. Our thoughts and emotions act as lenses that adjust what we see and how we respond. However, thoughts alone aren't everything. It's the emotional charge we give them that holds the real power to shape our experience. A fleeting thought without much emotion likely won't have a significant impact. But when a thought is fueled by strong feelings, it starts to influence our state of being. And it's in this state that the universe responds. If we allow ourselves to be swept away by thoughts of worry or scarcity, corresponding emotions arise. Fear, insecurity, doubt. When these emotions become frequent, they directly affect our perception of reality, reinforcing patterns we often wish to avoid. The cycle perpetuates itself. Therefore, understanding the impact of these emotions is crucial. A simple example of this can be seen on days when we wake up in a bad mood. It seems that on such days, everything goes wrong. Traffic is worse, people seem more impatient, and even minor problems feel amplified. This happens because we're tuned into a negative emotional vibration, distorting our perception of the world. Conversely, when we're in a heightened emotional state, when we feel excited, grateful, or at peace, the world around us seems to cooperate, offering solutions and synchronicities. This exchange between what we feel and what we experience isn't an abstract concept, but a reality we encounter every day. If we want to transform our reality, the first step is to break this cycle of negative thoughts and emotions, replacing them with more constructive states. One effective way to do this is to observe how emotions arise and flow, without clinging to them. Often, a conscious pause is all it takes to recognize what we're truly feeling and choose a different response, one that's lighter and less reactive. But it's also important to remember that this change isn't a linear process. Some days we can shift our energy quickly, while on others, patterns may seem much more entrenched. This is normal, and what matters is to keep going, even when it feels challenging. This process of continuous self-observation allows us to gain control over our emotional states and, consequently, over the reality we manifest. As we gain a better understanding of how our thoughts and emotions impact our experience, it becomes clear that this process of creating reality goes beyond conscious thought. There is a powerful force operating behind the scenes that influences our choices and actions without our even realizing it: the subconscious mind. It is like the soil where we plant our seeds of thought, but the state of that soil, meaning the deeper beliefs and patterns we carry, determines whether those seeds will flourish or wither. The subconscious acts like a kind of autopilot, and it is here that many of our limiting beliefs are rooted. Without our awareness, these beliefs often guide our thoughts and emotions, creating repetitive behavior patterns. To truly take control of our reality, we need to learn how to work with the subconscious, intentionally reprogramming these beliefs. Now, you will learn how to make this deep terrain of the mind work in your favor and how to nurture it so it supports the realities we wish to manifest. Because, after all, it is in the depths of the subconscious mind that the true power of transformation resides. Though awareness and emotions are fundamental in shaping our reality, there is an even deeper force that often operates invisibly: the subconscious mind. This part of our mind is like a toolbox that automatically influences our actions, reactions, and even what we believe to be possible or impossible. It operates continuously, even when we're not aware of it. The subconscious is programmed throughout our lives, often without our direct control. From childhood, we absorb information, beliefs, and patterns that accumulate and form the foundation of how we interpret the world. What we see, hear, and experience, especially during our early years, becomes deeply rooted at this profound level. Over time, this shapes how we react to challenges, opportunities, and even life itself. Imagine that the subconscious is like the soil of a garden, while conscious thoughts are the seeds. If the soil is barren, filled with weeds, meaning limiting beliefs and negative patterns, the seeds may struggle to thrive. Therefore, it's essential to tend to the condition of this soil so it can nourish the seeds of the intentions we consciously plant. But how do we access this deep part of the mind? After all, it operates behind the scenes almost like autopilot. The answer lies in intentionally reprogramming the subconscious. One of the first steps is to bring to the surface those beliefs and patterns that have been buried for so long. A good way to start is by observing your repetitive behavior patterns. What situations do you find yourself reacting to in the same way, even when you want to act differently? What obstacles keep appearing in your life, regardless of your conscious efforts to avoid them? These recurring patterns are clear clues about what is rooted in your subconscious. Often, by identifying these trends, you begin to realize they are not a fixed part of who you are, but rather programs that can be changed. And this change is not only possible but absolutely necessary for anyone who truly wants to take control of their reality. A powerful tool for this transformation is self-affirmation. Positive affirmations, when repeated with conviction and consistency, help reprogram the subconscious. The key is to keep these affirmations aligned with the reality you wish to manifest, rather than the limitations you want to overcome. An important detail is that the subconscious doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. In other words, when you focus on affirming something with conviction, even if it isn't your current reality, the subconscious begins to accept it as truth. Over time, this new programming starts to influence your thoughts, emotions, and actions in a way that transforms your reality. Another effective method is visualization. By vividly imagining in detail what it would be like to live the desired reality, you provide the subconscious with clear images of where you want to go. This practice is powerful because the subconscious responds strongly to images and emotions. Therefore, by visualizing yourself clearly in a new reality, you're creating a map for the subconscious to follow, reconfiguring the automatic responses it generates. It's important to remember that the subconscious is not static. It's constantly learning and adapting. The more you work with it intentionally, the more it will shape itself to your new beliefs and intentions. This means you are not stuck in old ways of thinking or past patterns. On the contrary, you can create a new foundation that reflects your true desires and aspirations. By transforming the soil of the subconscious mind, you are preparing the ground for a new kind of reality. And as we begin to perceive the profound impact that this reprogramming can have, we understand that this capacity for choice is the key to freedom. Freedom not just to react to life as it is, but to actively shape it according to what we want it to be. Thus, as we delve even deeper into this transformation process, we begin to see that there is a greater purpose at play. The universe is not just a mirror of our minds, but also a fertile field where each choice, each intention, has the power to lead us to a more conscious and meaningful life. This raises an important reflection. What is the purpose behind all this creation? Why are we capable of shaping our realities? What are we really seeking? These questions lead us to an even deeper exploration of the true meaning of our existence and the freedom we have to make choices in a universe of infinite possibilities. As we dive deeper into understanding how our thoughts, emotions, and subconscious shape reality, we start to realize that this is not a random or directionless process. There is a greater purpose behind this extraordinary capacity for creation. But what is that purpose? What does the universe, or the very nature of reality, offer us by allowing such freedom to shape our experiences? When we view life from this perspective, we can see that the act of creating reality is not just an exercise in personal power, but an opportunity for growth, evolution, and self-exploration. The freedom of choice we are given is the chance to experience countless facets of who we are and what the universe can be. Each thought, each emotion, and each action leads us to a new experience, and in a way, we can see this as a constant dance between consciousness and the universe, between creation and manifestation. However, this freedom is not without responsibility. The fact that we can choose our realities also means we are responsible for what we create. If we are constantly stuck in negative patterns, that is what we will manifest. Not because the universe punishes us, but because it simply reflects what we are projecting. This understanding reminds us that we are not victims of circumstance, but active participants in our own experience. In many spiritual traditions and ancient philosophies, this freedom is described as a kind of divine gift, the opportunity to express the creative potential of the cosmos within each of us. It's as if each of us is a spark of creative energy, an individual expression of a much larger and vaster field. As we become more aware of how our choices shape reality, we start to realize that this process of creation is not just about getting what we want, but about aligning ourselves with the greater purpose of existence. This purpose can vary from person to person. For some, it might be the development of virtues like compassion, patience, or courage. For others, it might be the pursuit of creative expression, connection with other beings, or the discovery of something greater beyond themselves. The essential point is that the creation of reality, when viewed in this light, becomes much more than the manifestation of superficial desires. It transforms into a journey of self-discovery and fulfillment. Within this freedom, there also exists a nearly paradoxical quality, that while we are free to choose our realities, we are all connected to a greater purpose that transcends our individual desires. Each choice we make, each reality we create, not only shapes our personal lives but contributes to the whole. This universal interconnectedness reminds us that, as individual as our choices may seem, they always impact the larger field to which we are all connected. And, from this perspective, the purpose of creation expands. It's not just about what we can achieve or manifest for ourselves, but about how our choices contribute to collective growth. Thus, as we evolve in our personal journey of conscious creation, we are simultaneously participating in a broader movement, the evolution of collective consciousness itself. The freedom of choice then reveals itself as one of the greatest gifts we receive by existing in this universe of infinite possibilities. It allows us to experience, explore, and learn. It permits us to fail, to grow, and ultimately, to align our personal creations with this greater flow of universal purpose. And when we realize this, we begin to ask ourselves, are we truly using this freedom in the best way possible? Are we creating from a place of awareness, or are we simply reacting to more superficial impulses? This reflection is essential because, ultimately, conscious creation is not about controlling the universe, but about collaborating with it. It's about dancing with its laws, aligning with its flows, and realizing that the more awake we are to our capacity for choice, the more we can manifest a reality that not only benefits us but uplifts everyone around us. And this alignment prepares us for the final stage of this journey. The understanding that the true key to shaping the universe lies not only in what we think or feel, but in the integration of all that we are. Because, in the end, the universe does not respond merely to our conscious desires, but to the totality of our being. Now that we understand how the mind can indeed alter reality, it becomes clear that the key to transforming the universe around us begins with internal transformation. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs shape the world we live in, and the universe is a faithful reflection of our internal state. By understanding this, we realize we are not mere spectators but active participants in creating our life experience. However, while this power is in our hands, it also challenges us. Changing our reality doesn't always happen instantly. Often, life seems to test us, throwing us into situations that, at first glance, appear to pull us away from our desires. It's in these moments that true magic happens. The universe prepares us to receive what we are really ready to manifest. And that's exactly what we will discuss next. Why is it that sometimes, even when we're doing everything right, our desires seem just out of reach? What does the universe really want from us before it aligns our vibrations with our dreams? Click on the next video to discover how the universe tests your readiness and how these apparent twists and turns are, in fact, the secret pathway to the prosperity you seek. See you there.